Hello, it's Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm doing a tag video and it is the Book Postscript Tag. I was tagged by Carol Marie Reeds and the original tag is by the inimitable Adam at Mementomori. I will leave both of their videos linked below. Number 1 is the longest book you read this year and the book that took you the longest to finish. So technically the longest book I read was Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I think the physical book is about 600 or 700 pages long. I listened to it on audio, which was I think almost 20 hours. So yeah, the fact that I didn't like it meant that was a really long book. But the longest physical book that I read was Ghost Story by Peter Straub, and this one was 567 pages long. It doesn't look that big, but it is, and the font in it was quite small, so it felt like a pretty long one. And the book that took me the longest to finish was Satanic Panic, which is a collection of essays edited by Keela Janice and Paul Carup. And not that this was a bad book by any means, it was great, but because it's a collection of essays, I didn't just read it start to finish. I kind of dipped in and out of it over the space of about 2 months, and yeah, sometimes I would just read one essay at a time, sometimes I would dive in and read a few, but yeah, this was excellent, but it did take me a while to get through. Number 2, a book you read in 2018 that was outside your comfort zone. And one of these was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I wanted to try and read some more classics, and I know this one is much loved by many people, and I listened to an audio version of this and I just couldn't get on with it. I only got like a small portion of the way in, and when I looked to see how much more I had left, I was just like, I can't do it. So yeah, I guess it just wasn't for me, or maybe if I pick up the book rather than the audiobook I might like it better, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know if it's my thing. So it was out of my comfort zone and I tried, but kind of failed, unfortunately. Number 3, how many books did you reread in 2018? And the only books I reread were some of the point horror books behind me, and I reread 6 of them. Number 4, favourite reread of 2018, and out of those 6 point horror books I read, my favourite was Trick or Treat by Richie Tankersley Cusick. I gave this one 4 stars. It was a lot of fun and nostalgia, and I read it in October in the run up to Halloween, so it was great. Number 5, a book you read for the first time in 2018 that you look forward to rereading in the future. And that would be Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. This was one of my favourite reads of the whole year, one that I had wanted to read for a really long time. Finally did so, and yeah, don't know why I hadn't picked it up sooner, because it was amazing and definitely one that I could see myself rereading sometime in the future. Number 6, favourite single short story or novella that you read in 2018. And it's got to be the title story from When Darkness Loves Us by Elizabeth Engstrom. This was a 5-star read for me, and it's a really haunting story about a pregnant teenager who gets trapped underground. Number 7, Mass Appeal, a book you liked and would recommend to a wide variety of readers. And I looked through my list of everything I read this year, and there weren't too many titles that I think would have mass appeal. I read a lot of horror, and you know, that's just not everyone's cup of tea. But I think within that, the one that might have the most mass appeal would be the books by Grady Hendrix. Last year I read his 3 novels, Horror Store, My Best Friend's Exorcism, and We Sold Our Souls, and they were all awesome. His writing is really fun and accessible and easy to get into, so I think it would appeal to a lot of people. Number 8, Specialised Appeal, a book you liked but would be hesitant to recommend to just anyone. I'm going to go with The Cipher by Kathy Koja. This was another of my favourite reads of the whole year. I gave it 5 stars. It's an amazing horror novel. Her writing is incredibly unique, but I know it's not for everyone, and her writing seems to be something that people either love or hate. So even if you're a horror fan, this may or may not be your cup of tea. So I recommend it because I loved it, but yeah, it's not going to have a wide appeal, unfortunately. Number 9, reflect on your year as a bookish content creator. And speaking of the cipher, that was definitely one of my favourite videos that I made. I did a review on that, which, yeah, I was really pleased with, and the author, Kathy Koja, actually shared it on her Facebook page, which I had a, huge fangirl moment over that. That was really, really cool. And on top of that, Will Erickson, the co-author of The Wonderful Paperbacks from Hell, said it was a great review, and yeah, it's a book that he loves as well. So that was a wonderful compliment to receive, and it was awesome to connect with him over our shared love of vintage horror. Also in 2018, my channel here on YouTube reached 1,000 subscribers, which is a pretty good milestone to hit, and I was really surprised to do so, quite honestly. But it's really been awesome since I've been talking more about books and specifically horror. I've just connected with so many more people here, which has been really awesome. I'm really enjoying being here and making these videos, and yeah, definitely want to keep that going. I've also really been enjoying making the videos in my Point Horror series, which don't get a ton of views, but I just really enjoy doing them, so I'm definitely going to continue with them. I guess my main goal for 2018 was to move my channel into being a booktube channel, which I did, and I'm so glad I did because it's been awesome. I've connected with so many great people here, and yeah, it was a great decision. I'm glad I did that. And number 10, tag some people. I'm not sure who has done this yet. I know I'm a bit late getting this one done, but if you haven't done it already, I would tag Emily at Page Turns, Megan and Sue at Spinebreakers, and also Time for Books. And anyone else who hasn't done it already and would like to, consider yourself tagged. So that was the book postscript tag. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!